Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Emma. Today's video, as you can probably tell from the title and from the thumbnail, is going to be a favourites video. I haven't filmed one of these since the end of January, so I felt it was time to film another one. I like to film favourites videos every couple of months, just kind of fill you in on the things that I've been loving. And yeah, I felt like it was time for another one because I had a good collection of things that I want to mention in a video. If you do enjoy this video and you do enjoy favourites videos, I'd really love if you could give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below any of your current favourites. If you are new to my channel, I'd love it if you could subscribe. But without further ado, let's just get on into the video. So as usual, I'm going to start off with some beauty products that I've been loving, and the first product I wanted to mention is a body product. It is the Dove Exfoliating Body Scrub in the crushed macadamia and rice milk scent. Packaging just looks like this. Recently I've been trying to take better care of my body skin. I feel like I put in quite a lot of effort to like the skin on my face, so I really want to start taking better care of my body skin. So I've been kind of making it like a weekly routine to like have a bath, exfoliate, shave, and then moisturize as well. And this has been my exfoliator of choice. It's really nice at like exfoliating the skin and obviously just like refreshing your skin and rejuvenating the skin, but it's not too harsh on my skin at all because I do have quite sensitive skin. And also I absolutely love the scent of this. It just smells divine. This one is actually empty. I have got a new one ready to go. The little scrub bits in it are really nice and fine, so like I say, it's nothing too harsh on the skin, but it's really good for exfoliating. Also, it's really affordable because it is a Dove product. I tend to just pick this up in Boots, and I think it's only like a couple of pounds, which is really good because you get quite a lot in there. I feel like it's really helping keep my skin nice and smooth, and especially with the warmer months coming up when I'm going to have like more skin on show, I'm more likely to get my legs out and get my arms out more. I just feel like it's really nice to be taking better care of my body. Yes, I just really like this exfoliant, so I want to recommend it in a video. Okay, and then the next product is kind of a skincare makeup sort of hybrid, and it's the Bondi Sands Face SPF 50 Plus tinted sunscreen fluid. It just looks like this. Really nice simple packaging. And yeah, I was on the market for a tinted SPF. I really wanted to invest in one just because I felt like I just would really benefit from a tinted SPF. I kind of been using this as my base for makeup, so I tend to only use this when I am wearing makeup. If I'm just having a no makeup day, I will just use the normal Bondi Sands SPF without the tint, but this is really nice as a base. If I use this, I tend to not use any foundation or like tinted moisturizer or anything. I tend to just use this and then go in with my other makeup products. It's really nice for evening out the skin tone. Obviously it doesn't add a lot of coverage because it is just a tinted SPF, but it just does help even out my skin tone and just kind of give me a little bit of base before I go in with my other makeup products. And what I really like is it kind of means I skip out a step in my routine. I found that sometimes when I was like getting ready in the mornings, if I was in a bit of a rush, I was skipping my SPF step because obviously I'd have to put SPF on, then I'd have to wait for it to sink in, then I would go in with like a tinted moisturizer or foundation or something, and I just found like it was just taking a little bit longer. Whereas this means that I never skip SPF, which is really good, especially coming into the warmer months, but you should definitely be wearing SPF every day. And I just really like it. It's a really nice product. What I really like is an SPF but with a little bit of a tint rather than like a tinted moisturizer or foundation with SPF in it. It is definitely more of an SPF. It's a really easy product to use. It's really blendable. It's quite nice and light as well. It doesn't feel like it clogs my pores. It doesn't feel like really like thick. Sometimes I feel like SPFs can feel like a little bit like heavy on your skin, but this is really nice and light. I do also sometimes mix this in with a base if I want a little bit more coverage. I have been mixing it in sometimes with the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, which I really love, and they work just really nicely together, like blended in, and that just helps add a little bit more coverage because like I say, this is a very light coverage. Kind of pop it all over my face and blend it in with my fingers, so it's really easy to apply. I will say it can kind of oxidize a little bit on me and can look a little bit orange, so I wouldn't necessarily just wear it on its own, but with makeup over the top it works absolutely fine. Also, it's a really affordable product, which I love because SPFs can be a little bit more on the pricey side for skincare. But yeah, I really love this, and it just means that I am wearing my SPF every day, and yeah, it's just a really nice product, and I would definitely recommend it if you're on the market for a tinted SPF. Okay, and then the next beauty product I want to mention is a makeup product, and it is a cream blusher. This is the Merit Blush Balm in the shade Fox. Just looks like this. I absolutely love the packaging of this. It's just really cute and dainty. It comes in like this dome, and that is the shade of it there. I was really excited to try Merit Beauty. I'd heard a lot of people talk about them on YouTube and on Instagram, and when they finally launched in the UK I was really excited to get my hands on some Merit Beauty, and this is one of the products I picked up. It's just a really nice creamy blush. It goes onto the skin really nicely. I believe like the idea of this is that you can swipe it straight onto your face. I do just go in with my little stippling cream blush brush and then use it that way because I feel like that's just a little bit more hygienic. It blends into the skin really nicely. What I really like about this particularly is it's really nice and buildable. I feel like you can definitely build up the colour a little bit. Some cream blushes I have are quite pigmented, so I have to be careful with like application, whereas this, like, I feel like just one layer looks really pretty, but you can also build it up. And I particularly love this shade Fox. It looks quite dark in the pan, but I think it just looks really beautiful on the skin. Kind of gives that summer bronzy flush look. I think it's just a really beautiful, quite unique blush colour. Yeah, I'm excited to try more Merit Beauty products because I really love this little blush. I'd like to try some more colours of this actually as well. You can also use it as like a multi-purpose balm, so you can like pop it on your lips as well. I really love cream blushes, especially now that we're coming more into the spring summer months, and this is just a really nice cream blusher. It definitely makes me excited to try more things from the brand. I think it is a little bit more pricey for a cream blush, but I think it's really good, so I definitely recommend if you're on the market for a cream blusher, and they do some really nice shades. I'd really recommend testing out Merit Beauty if you haven't already, because I feel like they're a little lesser known. Yeah, I did want to mention this in this video because it's kind of been my go-to blusher that I've been wearing for the past few months since I got it. And yeah, really love this. Okay, and then now we're going to move on to some random favourites. The first thing that I'm going to mention is a book. Well, it's actually a series of books. I haven't read all of these like in the past month. I've been reading them since like the end of last year. I did kind of have a break in between them just to kind of read something else because they are a bit of a longer read. But that is the Lord of the Rings series. I've really enjoyed reading them, and I did just want to talk about them in this video. I was a massive fan of the films when I was younger, and I still really love the films. And I'd never read the books because I was quite young when the films came out. They weren't really something that I gravitated towards reading when I was younger. This year I'm trying to read more. I'm not doing great at the moment, but I am definitely trying to aim to read more, and as part of that I did want to read some more like classic books, like more like famous classic books, you know what I mean? So I definitely did want to read Lord of the Rings because, like I say, I really love the film series and I really enjoyed reading them. I think The Two Towers was my favourite book, which is funny because I think that's also my favourite film. Fellowship of the Ring, I would say, is a little bit longer, obviously because it is just setting up the world and it takes a little bit more getting into, whereas like The Two Towers and The Return of the King, I definitely got through these a lot quicker, but just because they're a little bit more fast paced and you're definitely like in the story. But I just find it really interesting to read them. Normally with adaptations, I like to read the book before I watch the film or TV series, and obviously with this I did it the other way around. And it was really interesting to see what they like cut out of the books, because there was parts of the books that weren't in the films that I really enjoyed. But yeah, they were just a really enjoyable read. The whole detail around like the whole world of the books is just incredible. Like there's so much tiny little details that Tolkien thought about, which is just like amazing. Like the fact that somebody's got that great imagination that I just really enjoyed reading. I really loved delving into the world. I actually read Two Towers and The Return of the King back to back because I was just so engrossed that I just wanted to continue on, and I'm a little bit sad that I've actually finished them. I've not actually read The Hobbit. I probably should have read that first, pop that on my list and read that at some point. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the books, and if you are somebody who like me has seen the films and just never read the books, I'd really recommend giving them a go. I was always kind of a little bit apprehensive about reading them because I thought they'd be quite difficult, but they're really interesting. And I'm not normally a fantasy style reader, but I really enjoyed them, and it kind of gives me hope to read some more like fantasy series. I just really recommend reading them if you haven't read them and are a fan of the films, or maybe if you've never even seen the films, I would definitely recommend reading them. Or maybe even if you've read them a long time ago, I'd recommend giving them a reread. I just really enjoyed them, and yeah, like I just say, the detail like just blew my mind. It was just a really fun read. It was kind of like quite nostalgic for me because I remember like watching the films when they first came out, and now I do actually think the books are better than the films. but I haven't watched the films in a couple of years. I kind of go back every couple of years and watch all 3 of them back to back. But yeah, I thought it was really, really interesting to read them, and yeah, I really, really enjoyed reading them, so I would definitely recommend if you haven't. Okay, and then moving on to some random favourites that I don't really have any like visual representation of for you. But the first thing I want to talk about is an app. So recently I have been trying to get back into some sort of fitness routine, just kind of upping my movement, like taking better care of myself, and I did actually join the gym back in February. I have been following a Shreddy program. I actually finished it yesterday, and I really just wanted to recommend the Shreddy app if you've not used it. I'm sure a lot of people would have heard of Shreddy. If you haven't, it's like a fitness app. It was created by Grace Beverly, who is a YouTuber, podcaster, businesswoman extraordinaire. I followed her for years, like before she even started all of her businesses. And yeah, she has a fitness app called Shreddy, and it's a fitness program. And what I really, really liked about it is when I was joining the gym, I'm kind of not somebody who has enough confidence to come up with my own plan or my own thing of what to do. But I didn't necessarily want to pay the money for like a personal trainer or anything like that, because that's expensive. So I signed up to Shreddy. Like, there is quite a lot of fitness apps out there and I find it quite overwhelming, but I went with Shreddy and I really, really loved it. I really loved the whole app. I loved the way it's set out. So the program I actually did was the 2020 Me program, which I don't think is available on the app anymore, but just an app in itself I'd really recommend the way it's just set out. There's like different programs on there that you can choose depending on what you want to do, and it's also quite customizable. You can do home workout plans or you can do gym workout plans, which I really, really like. So if you're not necessarily somebody who's got the confidence to go to the gym or the time to go to the gym, or a gym membership's a bit expensive for you, then there is like the home option. Also, with most of the programs you can choose to do like 3, 4 or 5 workouts a week. I chose 3 workouts a week just because I wanted to choose something that was a little bit more achievable for me. I felt like for somebody who was just getting into the gym, I feel like 3 workouts a week was a good amount, that I was still moving my body a few times a week, but it wasn't like an overwhelming amount. And I just really, really loved it. I found it really motivating. It was really, really helpful. With each plan they give you like your workouts for the week, and then when you do it you like click on the workout. It's really nicely broken down into your different exercises, and it gives you like an amount of time that you can do the exercise for, or how many reps you need to do that exercise for. And then what I also really, really love is there's like a little video of one of the instructors doing the move, which I found so helpful, especially for someone like me who's new to the gym and not like entirely sure on how to do like each movement. Having that little video instruction was just really, really helpful to try and get my form correct. There's also like a little info bar, so it like writes out like what you need to do in the movement, which is really, really helpful. And also like after each, so say you had to do like 12 squats with like a barbell, you can like then like track how many reps you did and also the weight that you used, which I thought was really, really helpful, because then through the program I could track the weights and like how much I was increasing and how much my strength was improving, which was really, really fun. Sometimes with like workout programs in the past, I find like having little goals like that to work towards, like increasing my strength or whatever, really, really helpful to help me like give something to focus on rather than like the losing weight aspect, if that makes sense, because it just makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, kind of puts my focus on like working out rather than on like losing weight, if that makes sense. And I just thought it was a really, really helpful app. Like all the workouts were really, really doable for a beginner like me, and yeah, it just kind of gave me some confidence in the gym, and it's something that I've stuck with. It was an 8-week program and I actually did finish it, so I'm quite proud of myself actually, and I just think it really, really helped having the app there. It's also quite affordable. I think they have like different prices because you can pay like quarterly, yearly or monthly, and they often do like deals when they're setting up a new program or something. I think it's a really, really good app for somebody like me, pretty much complete noob to the gym. I just find it really, really helpful, and I really like having a plan, and it kind of just gave me a little bit more confidence in going to the gym as well, because I was going in there with a plan and like knew what I was doing, and it was just really, really helpful. They do also have like meal plans on there if you want to follow a meal plan. I didn't follow the meal plans, I kind of just ate my own food, but yeah, I think it's a really, really helpful app. If you are like looking for like a little app or thinking about joining the gym and you want like just that little bit of support, I'd really, really recommend. Okay, and then the last few things I'm going to mention is I just wanted to mention some music favourites. So the first music favourite is The National's new album, The First Two Pages of Frankenstein. I discovered The National probably like a couple of years ago when Aaron Dessner worked with Taylor Swift on Folklore and Evermore, and I've really been enjoying their music, and they brought out a new album. As I'm filming this, it's only been out for 2 days, but I really like it. I mean, they've released quite a few songs from the album like prior to the album release, but I really enjoyed it. My favourites were Once Upon a Poolside, Eucalyptus, New Order T-shirt, Alien and The Alcott. But yeah, I really like it. It's really good album. I really enjoy it. I love the lead singer's voice. He's got an amazing voice, and yes, I just really like that album, so I just want to mention it because that's kind of what I've been listening to for the past 2 days on repeat. And then my other music favourite are all kind of random. So my first favourite is a song by a woman called Ethel Cain, and it's a song called American Teenager. I'm obsessed. I get these moments where like I find a song and then I just listen to it and rinse it on repeat, and that has been my song for the past couple of months. Like, I just absolutely love that song. I really love the vibes of it. I do really enjoy the rest of her album. Her rest of her album is a little bit different. I feel like American Teenager is a little bit more of a mainstream sound than the rest of her album, but I really love that song. The other song that I'm loving is A&W by Lana Del Rey. The last part of that song, when it changes to like a completely different song, I'm just obsessed with. I mean, I love the whole song, but sometimes I literally just skip to the end to listen to the end bit because it's just like constantly in my head, and it's just a part of my brain that I can't explain, and I'm constantly just like going around the flat singing that part of the Lana Del Rey song, and Alex is probably sick of hearing it. But yeah, I really love that song. And then also Maisie Peters, Lost the Breakup. I love Maisie Peters. I think she's does some really good songs, and I'm really excited for her new album. I'm not sure when it comes out, but I'm really excited for it, and I really like I Lost the Breakup. It's just a good like feel good song that I really enjoy. I did listen to the new Miley Cyrus album. It wasn't my favourite. I much prefer Plastic Hearts, but I do really love Rose Coloured Lenses and Island off the album. I did like the album like more than other people did, but I do prefer like the Plastic Hearts album. But Island and Rose Coloured Lenses I really particularly enjoyed. But I think that's all. I'm sure there's more that I can't remember, but those are probably the ones off the top of my head that I'm just really enjoying and listening to on repeat. But if you have any other music recommendations, let me know in the comments below, because I'm always up for listening to new music. So next Friday, which is the Friday this video will be going live, Ed Sheeran's new album comes out, which I'm actually quite excited for. Got high hopes for that album. Past few albums aren't my favourite, but I've got quite high hopes for this one. And then the week after, the Jonas Brothers The Album comes out, which I'm really excited for, because all the songs I've heard off of that I really love. And they did play Royal Albert Hall a few weeks ago, and I didn't go, and I was quite good about it actually. I will say the Waffle House by the Jonas Brothers, like that chorus is just constantly in my head, and I'm going around singing that all the time as well. So but yeah, that is it for this video. I don't want this to get too long and rambly, but like I said at the beginning, if you did enjoy this video, I'd love it if you could give it a thumbs up. And if you have any recommendations based on the things that I've mentioned in this video, do let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for book recommendations, even though I've got a list as long as my body. And yeah, or any music recommendations or anything like that, I'd love to hear them. If you are new to my channel, I'd love it if you could subscribe, and I will see you all next week in a brand new video. Goodbye.